Hi there, this is Lady Shel. I'm here today to do a video on creating a low-level spellcasting NPC. Now, usually when I want to create a new NPC of my own, I will just reskin an existing NPC. However, there are not really any NPCs that are lower level that are spellcasters. So what I did was I created a PC version of the character. I added the stats. I leveled her up to level 5, which is where I'm going to be creating Alyssa Robertson, and she is going to be a wizard also. So I just have the female wizard on the combat tracker so that I can show how the spells work with Alyssa when I get her completed. So what I did was I was talking with Founder Laerun the other day, and we were discussing NPCs. And he said, hey, I've got this website that I found, and it allows you to plug in your information and create a PC, and you can make a stat block, and you can actually put it inside your PDF if you were making a PDF. Or you could just use it for face-to-face play or whatever. And so I went to the website and I created Alyssa Robertson. I added her stats and her spells that I wanted to use. And then I created a copy or a image of the stat block, loaded it into my Fantasy Grounds campaign, which you see here, so that I could use this and create an NPC based on those stats. I also went to Token Stamp and created a token, which you see on my PC, but I'm going to also use that same token on the NPC that I'm creating. And to do that, I'm going to go to my assets. I'm going to click on the tokens tab, and I am going to, what did I call her? I think I called her Alyssa. Oh, I know what the problem is. I think it's under images for some reason. Yeah, here she is. She's in the image, but you can see she is a token. She is a ping file. So I'm going to take the token from the assets and drag it up into the token area of the NPC sheet. Okay, so now I got a token, and I went to Pixabay to find this image. And Pixabay has royalty-free images that you can use. So I go there quite a bit to find things that I would want to use. And if you were going to sell this, you would need to use royalty-free images or have someone create it for you or create it yourself. So that's what I did. And then I went to Token Stamp and made the token, and there is the token that I ended up with. I also am going to link to the D&D Stat Block website that I just mentioned earlier, the TetraCube. And I will link to Founder Laerun's video that he created on using the website to create PCs, because he goes into a lot more detail. I'm just going to take and copy and paste from the stat block that I have here, where he told you how to use the website and what things mean and everything. So let's give her a name. And give her size, medium size. Type is humanoid, parentheses human, and she is neutral good, and her armor class is 13, and it is 6 parentheses 16 with mage armor, and she has 32 hit points, and the dice roll is 5d8 plus 10 parentheses. She has a speed of 30 feet because she's human, and her stats are 11 strength, 16 dex, 14 con, 18 intelligence, 15 wisdom, and 10 charisma. She has saving throw of intelligence of 7. She has skills of she's proficient in Arcana. She is +7 and comma and history, and also +7 in history. In senses, so we're going to move down to senses, we have a passive perception of 12. And her languages are Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Undercommon. She has a challenge rating of 5 and 1800 experience. And then we're going to move down to our traits. Now the spell casting is a trait, so we click the add item, and for the description we say spell casting. It's really important to make sure that you formulate your text exactly as the PHB says, or else things will not parse correctly when you go to add your spells. So I'm going to type this in. The mage is a 5th level spellcaster, period. Its spellcasting ability is intelligence, parentheses, spell save, DC 15, comma, +7 to hit with spell attacks. Parentheses, period. The mage has the following: wizard spells prepared, space, cantrips. And then what you want to do here is say how many of each level of spell slots that the character has. So she can do cantrips at will, so they do not require any spell slots. Close parentheses, and she's going to have Mage Hand, Firebolt, Ray of Frost, and Acid Splash. Next line is 1st level, and parentheses, and she has 4 slots of 1st level spells. Close parentheses, detect magic, mage armor, and magic missile. 2nd level spells, she has 3 slots, Misty Step, Invisibility, and Shatter. And finally, 3rd level, she has 2 slots, close parentheses, Fireball, Dispel Magic. Now these are spells that I chose. And the reason I chose Misty Step is because it's a bonus action, and I always like when I have a character, even though this is not a PC character, I like my characters to have a bonus action available that they can use on their turn. So we have all our spell casting written in. Now we're going to go to our actions. We're going to click the add item twice because I want to add her dagger and her quarterstaff. We're going to start with the dagger, and we say melee or ranged weapon attack, +6 to hit, comma, reach 5 feet, or range 20-60 or /60 feet, period, comma, 1 target, period, hit, 5, 1d4, +3 piercing damage. And let's make sure that that looks, you could always tell if your spell's parsed by just hovering over them to see that the numbers do turn blue like this. That means that it did parse correctly. The second weapon that she has is her quarterstaff. And it has melee, weapon attack, colon, +6 to hit, comma, reach 5 feet, 1 target, hit, colon, 6, parentheses, 1d6, +3, close parentheses, and this is bludgeoning damage, comma, or 7, parentheses, 1d8, +3, bludgeoning damage, if used with 2 hands. Okay, so we've got our spells, we've got our attack, so there's my weapon attack, and there's my hit, and then the 2-handed numbers, and so we have that. Now, here's the important part. When you have a spellcasting NPC, you need to close the stat block. I mean, lock it, not close it. Well, you can close it too. So we're going to close it and we're going to open it back up because we want to see if our spells parse correctly. If it did not, I would have some kind of error over here, but there's no error. This has to do with me adding the pre-generated character and that I tried adding a file that already had a name of it. That was before. Anyway, here is my NPC. Let me close this down. Now, it is important when you make a spellcasting character that you have your library loaded with the books that have the spells in them. Otherwise, your spells will not parse correctly. I do have my library with the core rules, and then I have the spell effects coding because I was making this character over here. So you can tell that this parsed correctly by checking at the bottom, and we're going to make sure we've got all our spells on here. Now we have, our level 1 spells did not parse correctly. You can see it says 0, and it should say, did I type that wrong? I see, I have a typo. This is the problem. So here's what you do if you have a typo and it doesn't work. You have to delete all the spells and start again. So I'm going to delete all the spells that are down here, and I've got to redo it again. Okay. Now I need to fix my typo. It's a slot, not a slur. Okay. These letters are, they're awful small. Did I just type a Y? I did. Okay, S-L-O-T. Oh, come on. T-S. Okay, sluts. Slorts. Come on, get rid of the R. Okay, 4 slots, 3 slots, 3 slots. Okay, make sure there's no typos in the names of the spells. Everything else looks fine. So now that my first level spell says 4 slots, I will have the correct amount of spells when I reopen this again. So we closed it, and you can see the spells are not down here until you open it again. I'm going to close it down, and then I'm going to reopen it, and there she is, and now she has her spells. Okay, so we're going to go down here, and we see she has 4 slots in first level, 3 slots in second level, 2 slots in third level. Let's make sure all our spells parsed. So we have our cantrips of Mage Hand, Firebolt, Ray of Frost, and Acid Splash. We have first level spells of Detect Magic, Mage Armor, and Magic Missile. There's Magic Missile. Second level is Misty Step, Invisibility, and Shatter. And third level is Fireball and Dispel Magic. So all our spells are now on the character. Let me put her on the combat tracker. And let's do a single combat here. She's going to go first. And she is going to attack our female wizard with her dagger. So she is going to do attack, and she missed. So she passes her turn. It would help if I give her thing. Okay, she's going to pass her turn. And now it's the female wizard's turn, and she is going to attack back with her dagger. She is going to do, and you can tell, see, she has one dagger, but she could use it either as melee or she can throw it, but she is within melee range, so she is going to do her +6 on the Alyssa, and she hit, and so we will roll her damage, and she did 4 damage. Not very much damage, but at least she hit. So you can see that the things worked. Let's put the, let's switch a turn. Let's have Alyssa do her mage armor. Yeah, she has the effect on herself. That's all she can do. So now it's back to the female wizard's turn, and female wizard's gonna, let's have her do a spell. Let's have her do an acid splash. Okay, so let's cast this. It's got a dex save, and Alyssa did not save, so she's gonna take 1d6 acid damage. Yeah, my NPC is not doing too good, is it? Okay, so anyway, that is how you create a low-level character, how you get your spells to parse correctly when you make your character. And that is all for this video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, and I hope that you will also subscribe to my channel so that you can get notifications when I add new content. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.